acting, you want to be it a little bit as well, right? Get your self tapes in on time. Don't be the late person. But for voice acting, it's if it's due tomorrow at 8 a.m., you better do it today by the end of the day. Don't wait until 7 o'clock. And now you're like, I got to do this. I got to update my stuff. It has a software update. You're wasting time. And that shows on the director side where you're perfect for the voice. You're the exact person that we're looking for, but you sent this in late. You didn't label it correctly. Like we all know those things as an actor. It's like, well, we didn't label it. Like, okay, well, you're stupid. Like we're not gonna, we can't go with you. You can't do this simple thing. So, and there's been plenty of times where I didn't audition. They just were like, hey, we heard about you. We know for a fact that you can do this in an hour. Here you go. Here's a script. Let's get on the call. We're done. So we want to, that's how I like to train all of the people that are with me, that we're going to be fast but efficient workers so that we are those people that they call when someone does cancel, right? We're not going to always get every role, but we want to be able to book every room that we get into. And that's what I do. I may not book it, but a month later, hey, we loved you in this thing. Can you do this really quickly because they got sick? 100%. Let's go. That's how I teach my people. But here you, oh no, I already put it. So if you look in the chat, that is my voiceover workshop. There is 4 tickets left now. Yes, should be. There are 4 tickets left. It will be with Heather Roy from Nissan Management, and it's only $20, and it's September 16th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. EST. It is on Zoom, and it's going to be a great class. The last one was sold out. It was really, really amazing. So hurry up before it sells out, because I did have some other people say that they were going to be doing it within the next couple of hours. So you want to join. If not, hopefully you've learned a little bit here. And if you have any other questions, I'm right here.
Yeah. Do you need a microphone and stuff like that, or were you doing yours? Or I can, like, say if I had a audition, I can do it from my phone. If it's like, you say it's like really quick, you have to get it turned around.
Yeah. So when I'm not in a place where I don't have my setup, it can be on the phone. I would say never do an audition in the bathroom. It's just a lot of echoes, but the quietest place that you can find near you to do that audition, do it. When you're first starting out, I don't like to tell people to get a bunch of expensive equipment or pay for expensive classes unless you know this is something you want to invest in. Right? So if you have a USB microphone, start carrying that around when you have auditions, right? It doesn't have to be a huge thing. It can be a Blue Yeti microphone. I'm sure plenty of us have it somewhere in the house. That's like one of those microphones that everybody saw and brought and then like put it away for years. You might have one. I wouldn't recommend the Snowball. That just doesn't have the, it kind of has the same tone as like a regular phone. So it's no point in buying that. But a Blue Yeti microphone, USB, is perfect for a beginner. I have my friends who have USBs, that one in particular, and they still book national commercials. So it's all about how much you want to invest in this. When the money comes in, where you're getting that $1,000 check, $500, $900 check, like, of course, yeah, go invest and go make your setup amazing. But when I started, it was a $40 microphone from Amazon, and I booked my first animation, my first couple of commercials. I didn't get to book my Sunwing airline commercial until I got an XLR microphone. But as soon as I got it, I got paid way more than I ever did. So mind you, I did 6 spots for them. And that was what, $600 a spot or a little bit over than that. And now with being in like the Smithsonian, like money will come. And they're short scripts. They're not crazy long because I decided to stick with commercials and animation. Those are my things, but the other ones have a lot more lines. So for me, I can do let's do this, and that's $10,000. All depends. It's not about the money, but it is. But like, it's easy. Invest in yourself. When that money comes, invest in the work, right? It's the same way that we have to do as actors. We get a little bit of money from our staff, we go take some more classes. But I don't want people to be in a position ever where they have to spend $6,000 and then they're not booking. I want you to book from a $20 class and say, yeah, I got it. Let's go do it. Let's figure this out. And when I get that money, when I get that $600, cool, I'm going to go invest with another coach or whatever. But I like to teach people, let's do this on a budget. Let's book from a budget and then save that money to get the stuff that you actually want. That $600 can go towards your interface and your microphone, not someone that's going to teach you a 4-week class once a week. And then now it's like, well, now I don't have money for a microphone. They told me to buy one. It's like, spend a little money. Like, just keep it. See if this is something you want. And if it is something that you want to make a hobby or a side career next to your TV and film, like James said, we're still on the strike. We can't promote anything. I'm literally in a new animation show and I can't say nothing about it. We're doing stuff. But voiceover is perfect to get into right now, because when everything opens back up, we're going to be doing a lot of auditions. What can we do in between the meantime to save us with gas and all this other stuff that we're about to do? Voiceover is going to be that side income continuously coming in so that I can do all the acting and film stuff and theater too. So yeah, any more questions about voiceover before I hand it off to James? Yes, no, maybe so.
Yes, no. I was just about to say that.
Awesome, Zuri, thank you.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yes, no, maybe so. I love it. So yeah, thank you again, Tabetha. So y'all make sure y'all follow Tabetha as well on our IG and Facebook. Everybody follow everybody else here. So you can go ahead and put your Instagram handles or Facebook handles in the chat. And if you do not have pen and paper, or if you want to use your phone, I'm gonna do a speed run of everything that I want you guys to write down that can really help you. And like you said, if you miss out on something, don't worry. This is really recorded. You can always go back on my YouTube channel, or I'll send it to you. That way you can, watch it and view it over and over again. Okay, so everybody got the pen and paper, or you can use your cell phone. Good. Okay, so these are the things that I've learned over a lifetime, and also over my 6 professional years of acting. That's really helped me out a lot. First and foremost, I want to say, don't let anybody tell y'all that because of the way you look, that you will not book anything. I've heard that from quite a few people that some agents or directors said, yeah, just because of the way you look, no, we're human beings. We're all part of the human race. We all have a certain unique look to ourselves. This big old peanut head of mine, hey, look, trust me, it helped me get to, so many gigs. So with that being said, this is what I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna share these things with you. If you can, stunt class can really, really help you with your acting. Because
can I say something about that too, James?
Yeah, go ahead, share.
So most of us in here are Black, right? My stunt mentor is April Whedon. She's been mostly everybody you've seen. If you go look at her IMDb, she's amazing. She's been the stunt woman for Halle Berry, a couple of other just amazing Black actresses. But what she doesn't always say all the time, but she says it to us, is that we need more people of color in stunts. Yes. Decades ago, there were they used to paint white people the shades of us because they could not have enough Black people doing stunts. So imagine someone's putting makeup on, and that's a whole white person under there. It's like a get out situation. But we need more stunt people. So whether you're super tall, super short, like myself, I'm only 5 feet, whatever. Now, if you're big or small or skinny, whatever size you are, like you, James said, whatever you look like, you should be getting into stunts. They don't have to be dramatic, right? Not falling off a billion just yet. But stunts can be just as simple as stage combat, right? Learning how to hold a sword. It can be just learning how to fight with your fists. We've all seen the Equalizer or the Equalizer show with Queen Latifah. The biggest stunt performer or fighter, and she also has her own stunt double. But some of those easy kind of quick changes of like, I'm just punching you in the face, that's her. So we need to just start off, small. Take up a martial art, take up archery, take up the small things. You're wondering why so many people book commercials specifically when it comes to being an actor, is because they do all the things we're not doing right now. We're focused on the script and the acting, but they know how to do archery. They know how to run. They know how to lift weights. They know how to do all these small little like stunt ish things that helps them book. So whatever it may be, oh, thank you. Whatever it may be, get your butt into subs, especially for us, especially for people of color like us. We are the first ones to be able to do it with all the movies and things that are coming out in the future. Let them call us. You never know that stunt thing can turn into a full-fledged co-star, series regular, or now you're the lead because they broke their ankle and they're like, well, that person can do it and they're a good actor. Be that person. Cool. That was it.
Thank you for sharing that as well too. And she's absolutely right about that. Let's say, for example, Black Panther. I know everybody throws shades on Black Panther too, but there is an actress that I follow on IG.
Is it Carrie?
I forget what is her name. I can't remember her name, but that's another name right there. She does stunts, and she was in Black Panther too. But I'm just saying, like, just how Tabitha said, like, just because you learn a certain skill, which is something else I'm going to get into, just because you learn a certain skill, that can help you get booked and busy into something else. It can help you get on that SAG set or something. For example, this one guy that I know that I've been following, he goes by the name of Cheddar, and I'll share his IG with you as well. He was working on as one of the crew members. He does electricity. So, you know, that electricity, you know, you need stuff like that on set. And just because he was just talking to some background extras and somebody walked by, bumped his shoulder, he turned around, did like this, and it was a director. And so he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And the guy said, do that again. And when he did like that, he said, go over there with the stunt people. Not trying to put all his business out there, but he'll tell you the story if you ask him. And he said just because he did that, he got it mixed in with the stunt people. And he was able to work on Emancipation with Will Smith. He wound up working with Jamie Foxx, some other stars, Tommy Lee Jones, just because he did something. So sometimes right place, right time. Sometimes you just never know what happens. And that's what I was saying. So learn these different skills, like Tabs was saying, archery, swimming, kayaking. Even if you can't physically do some of these things, there are some other skills that you can learn just so you can get booked and busy, so you can get to that next level and meet people and network. You can become a personal assistant or just become a part of the craft table and craft team. Everybody's gonna come to you and eat some snacks. That's your time to talk to them. We all talk when food, we all eat, we all hungry. So this is something else you can learn, okay? Other thing, even if you cannot, you know, financially do this, traveling is another thing that you can do. Last year, some of you who do follow me or know me, last year, I started traveling and I went from, you know, Chicago, LA, New York, and I was able to meet some of the people that we had on our podcast, the Just Acting Up show. And I was able to finally meet these people in person. That helped me network with people, help me see different things. That helped me out a lot. And that built my confidence up right there. That's how one of the reasons why, well, when I went to go see this play right here, the piano lesson, and while I saw then, you know, John David Washington, Samuel Jackson, Daniel Brooks, I was able to meet them, and I was able to meet, well, not all of them. I saw them from afar. But who I was able to meet was from Top Dog Underdog, Yaha Abdul Mateen, the new Candyman, who was also an Aquaman in other films. And I was able to meet Dr. Dre, aka Corey Hawkins, who played Dr. Dre in Straight Outta Compton. And just talking to them or meeting them, it brought my confidence up there. And Corey Hawkins told me, get back on stage, because that's where actors really sink their teeth into, you know, their script and everything. And that just put us on another fighter. Yeah, networking is everything. Thank you, Melinda. Networking is everything. And they also leads to, if you do not know how to network, you need to learn how to be a people's person. Just going up, just being around a certain crowd. Saying, hey, how you doing? My name is, you know, Keith. Hi, my name is Donald. My name is Tabitha. My name is Zuri. How you doing? Being around that crowd, just talking to them, getting to know you, that they become to see you as a familiar face, that can lead you to get more jobs. As well as, I know I'm talking a lot, but like I said, you can always go back through this when I post it and, you know, write down or whatever. Also on independent sets, as well as popular or with more famous sets. I guess say, for example, what's one of the sets? Or let's say a professional set, a SAG set. There are times where I would just ask some of the crew members, hey, do you need help with that? Need help or you need a hand with that? Or I'll just take it upon myself to start sweeping on independent sets and cleaning up. That right there was another way of networking and showing that I'm helpful and showing that just because I got cast in this, I can show that, I can be one of the people that help out. That has helped me get other gigs. Trust me, it works. So I'm just giving you a little bit of tidbits. So then lending a helping hand, it really does go far. So just really do that. Another thing that you can do, feed your art. I'm all about, even though acting is an art, you yourself have to remind yourself that, there's other things in this world that are artistic. Like, for example, Tabitha was saying, voiceover acting. Maybe sometimes you want to get out and go for a walk in the park, or go see a movie, or read a book, go to the museum, look at some murals downtown. That's something that I used to do. Or you can find or paint, draw. Find something that can feed your art creatively, that can really get your mind going, because that's something that we need. If we just go to work all day, all night, you got to feed that art. You got to feed that hunger, so that way you can think creatively and artistically, if that helps out. It helps me out. And I know some people that has helped out as well, as far as like reading books as well. And as well as reading books. What books are you reading? Is it fiction? Is it nonfiction? Is it something that helps with you in the art of acting? Are you reading about how to become a personal assistant, how to do other skills? That is also key and important to help you. So let's see, what else is something. I want you to also, this one place that I go to online is called Creative Acting Studios. That's on Instagram and Facebook. Creative Acting Studios, hosted by Sonia Makari. She is so sweet. She's very helpful. She always brings another casting director on, another actress, another producer, casting director. Yes, I said it, casting director that you can get into, and maybe you do a scene in front of them. Maybe they'll share some things with you. And the more they see you, the more get familiar with you. You get down to the Instagram handle, you reach out to them later on when you get everything lined up, like your demo reels, your headshots and everything. And then you can simply reach out to them. What's their email handle? And talk to them. Say, hey, I met you on Sonia Makari's Creative Acting Studios. I did this scene. Or, don't take up all their time in the email or whatever. Be quick and to the point. Hey, I met you on such and such Zoom meeting, and I would love for you to look over my work if you have time. Be respectful, be polite, word it the right way. If you need help, wording your email the right way, you can reach out to one of us and we can help you with that. Keep it short and sweet. Same thing when you're trying to get signed by an agency, because when you're in my acting class, I always push for everyone to get signed by an agency, because that's what we're working towards. If you want to do independent, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. If you want to do that, that's all you. But as far as for me and a handful of others, we're trying to get signed to the agencies because we're trying to get up there to that certain level. So that way we can continue to help each other and help ourselves. And that's what it's all about. So yeah, when you send it to agencies, make sure your headshot is on point. If you are looking for people who can give you take the right headshots, because that's very, very important. If your headshot is not on point, then they'll probably just skip right past you, sad to say. And you probably spend all that money on headshots. Sometimes you do have your beginning headshots, then over time you get better and better and find the right person to give you your best self, because you're really selling yourself. So headshots are very important. And when you do get headshots, make sure you have different looks. You smiling, you looking a little bit serious, you looking different, goofy. Get as many headshots as you can, because like I said, these headshots can cost a lot of money. And you want to make sure that you sell yourself and put your best self forward. So hopefully you do get a good person that can take the headshots for you, and they can direct you the right way, so that way you can sell yourself. So try to
Can I
get.
add to that, James?
Yes, please do.
I would say when it comes to headshots, do not go to that like friendly neighborhood person. When we're specifically talking about headshots, we want you to go to an actual headshot photographer, someone that knows how to light you correctly and someone that knows what types are going to get that particular headshot out of you. Some people call it types or your brand, right? Can you play the young girl? Can you play the, tender mom? Can you play the hippie? Can you play all of these different types of characters? Some people say, ask your friends, what do you see me playing as? Like the lawyer, the nurse, the whatever. Because if you have those specific headshots, it gives the agent or the manager agency to say, hey, James is really good. He's already got a nurse, doctor headshot. Let's send it over. That James is going to book over someone that just has a regular headshot with a perfect little smile because they can actually see the character that James can play through the headshot. Some people say that it's all about within the eyes, right? What the things are you telling the story in your eyes and the way that you're presenting yourself? So go to a good person. If you're in New York, there's plenty of amazing people in there. I mean, there is particularly one person that I would say, if you are Black, I would love her. She's amazing. Her name is Ambi. She's an amazing headshot photographer. There's another guy named Darnell Photography. He's also in New York. Another guy named Miguel. He's also in New York. As far as headshots, they're great if you're in LA, and different regions have different styles of headshots, right? It's a headshot from Atlanta just by the way it looks like, it's a headshot from LA just by the way it looks like, and it's from a small town just by the way of the headshot. So even if you have to go to another state to go take this headshot, invest in that, because that's how you're going to get your agents. What do they have, right? Agents have a lot of people on their roster. What makes you different? Everybody wants to be an actor. Everybody wants to be on TV and film. They get that. But what makes you stand out from the hundreds of other people they probably have on their roster? And are you actually going to be doing the work? I know how much you want this just by the way you do your headshots.
Mhm.
That's what I've heard. I know just how much you're willing to invest just by your headshots. You can be the perfect actor. You could have really strong capabilities, but if I can't submit you with these particular headshots, because when we're looking at auditions, we're looking for young Black man with a beard. If James sends me all pictures with him without a beard, then what is that? We're looking for somebody with a beard. We're looking for somebody with maybe this length of hair. Maybe they want braids. Maybe they want straight hair. They want natural hair. Take a plethora of headshots, like he said, with you in different hairstyles, a beard without a beard, glasses with no glasses. Let them see so much of a range in you that every time an audition comes through their calendar, whatever it may be, their email, they can send you out for that and you have 20 headshots. You may have a couple just on, your Actors Access or casting networks, but you've sent your agent over 20 and it's like, oh, they need a hipster. Oh, James got one with his really cool jacket on. They need somebody with tattoos. They got a plethora of headshots with tattoos. Let me see which one I can do. Be that person so that your agent can work for you, right? For anyone that already has an agent in here, you're probably saying, well, why am I not getting auditions? It may be your headshots. They can't send you out for it if it's not good. And you're going against, let's just say you're going against Viola Davis. She got headshots for days, Let's just imagine. So my headshots need to be on point. Y'all's headshots need to be on point.
Mhm. I agree. I agree. Thank you. And she's right about that. Ladies, make sure, like she said, different hairstyles, different looks, glasses, without glasses, guys. Of course, I have no hair, so shave the beard off. I'll hate to walk around looking like a shaved puppy, but if it gets me that gig, then hey, I have different headshots, which I need to do of me, with the baby face. So just think outside the box. And like you said, if you do have to go to new locations, like new states, like New York, you said, or LA, or whatever, to get those headshots and do your research, then you have to, because I'm saying, like she was saying, that headshot can really separate you from the pack. So yeah. Other things, yeah, I already said, make sure you think outside the box of different skills that you can learn. Maybe you can whistle, maybe you fight, archery, all that. I really stress that because I'm saying, I was able to book the Street Fighter commercial because they were saying I think the audition, what was it? They said need somebody who does plays video games, moi, who's host podcast. There you go. And that's pretty much it. I didn't much know it was for Street Fighter. They just said, hey, send this, send that. And when you're talking to your agency, we talk to your agencies and they say, hey, can you do this? Don't be afraid to go into detail and show them that you've done this if you do have something recorded. Because I told them that. I said, hey, I have a podcast, I play video games. I had to do a YouTube channel while I play video games. They said, send it to them. And they're like, okay, send me some more information. I did not know it was for Street Fighter. And then after that, they said, okay, it was just a reaction video. Didn't have to say nothing, just reacting to, you winning, you losing. And that's how I was able to book Street Fighter. Come to find out, like when I was booking another commercial, I got the phone call, hey, you know who this is for? Yada, yada, yada. And you'll see the commercial on my Instagram. I posted it so many times. Another thing, like I said, think outside the box. I understand, okay, of course, we're all here Black, or even if for the viewers who aren't Black, try to think outside of the box of what you want to book. Like, for example, I finally booked a Western. That was one of my dreams. What I did, it started off with a question. Man, I love my people. I know we always do this type of movie, that type of movie, but it got to be something out there different for us. I just typed in on my Facebook or Instagram, Western films. And voila, found that on Facebook, Texas films for Western actors or whatever. And I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get it, or because I see everybody is, Caucasian or whatever, or Hispanic or whatever. I said, look, if I gotta be a background, I'll just be background and do it. And I just so happy they looked at my work to say, hey, they reached out to me, say, hey, we want to cast you in this as one of the main leads, brothers. There you go. Even though that's an independent film, there are TV shows out there that does Westerns. And once I have that to show on my demo reel, I can present that to a casting director and say, okay, he has a different genre he can do. We like the look, we like how he carries himself, voice, everything. So there you go. And that's what it is right there. I want y'all to think outside the box to get that next gig, to carry yourself differently, to not saying how you carry yourself is wrong, but I just want you to think outside the box of how you can get booked for some things. Let's see, so many things on this list, and even though we're about to run out of time, the next 9 or so minutes, I'll send you this list of things that I go by on what helps me to book these gigs or just overall help. Let me see, IMDb. When you are able financially to, afford IMDb or whatever, get that going. Get your headshots going on that. I know you might not have something for your demo reel now, but continue to work at it. Don't give up. Keep going for it, because sooner or later, somebody's going to see something in you that you could put on your demo reel, and you can get that going and keep going, moving forward. Because there's a lot of people that you can meet on IMDb, casting directors that will book you for something. I've heard it before. It happened before, and it's going to happen for you as well too. Your Actors Access, get that going. Let me see, your casting networks, get that going. Look up different agencies that you can look up. Even if you don't have any footage or anything, still try. You just never know. With Boysen, I had a few things, and I just sent out my representation. So I was just, hey, looking for representation. Got picked up. I didn't have everything lined up. I always don't have it all together. But if you try and you put in the email, you're showing that you're dedicated, like something's gonna happen. And that's what I want y'all all to, remind yourself. Just keep trying, picking away. Do background. Don't be afraid to do background. This one background I did was called Ick, for a movie called Ick. And that's how I was able to meet the former Superman, he still is Superman, Brandon Roth. And from Mad TV, Deborah Wilson, who does many voiceovers. She's a go. And I met both him and some few other people. I forgot her name from American Pie, but she was really sweet. She was on there too. Another comedian that was Asian comedian. I can't remember his name. Okay. But even though I was background, in when I was doing the background, they had the audience like say something like random, because it was supposed to be like a, have the crazy people that's in the audience and yelling out random stuff that make it funny. I would say something random and it'll make the audience laugh. It'll make the stars laugh. And after that, they will say, hey, your comedic timing was on point. And I'm just saying, just what I'm saying, don't be afraid to do background at a certain point because that can lead you and network with you with other things. So just want you to get you to try and don't get too into your head. Until you get there, keep doing what you can do to get there. And I can share all that with y'all. Well, I'll keep sharing that with y'all. Study commercials, study, like Tab was saying, study film, study your favorite TV show. How do they act on it? What are their cadence and voice? How do they dress? Let's see what else. Are you going to see some stage plays? Because that's another masterclass. Are you looking at some interviews on YouTube because you can learn from your favorite actors how they approach questions, how they talk, how they carry themselves? That's a masterclass in itself. For example, what's it called? The Actors Roundtable. That's a very good masterclass right there. Off Camera with Sam Jones, with some famous actors. That's another good one that you can look at and really learn from it. And let's see, listen to some podcasts. That's another one. Turn off your phone every now and then when you get overwhelmed, and just let your mind wander when you go out and about and look at, like I was saying, that what I used to do is I get on the Metro Rail, go downtown. I'll look at some murals downtown and let the creative juices flow. Sometimes you need some R&R. There's nothing wrong with that. I know we're always booked and busy trying to find something to try to get booked, like I said, but you need that for yourself, because if you don't replenish yourself will let you know when you need to rest. So that's another note that's very important. Trust me, I know Tab has a moment which like, let me turn this off for a minute and rejuvenate and everything.
And I would say make that the weekend for you, especially now with the strike. Like, it's Monday through Friday, you work. You read your plays, you go see a play. If it's on the weekend, go see the play on the weekend. You do all of your work. My friend likes to say he gives 5 hours to his career a day. Doesn't matter what the 5 hours, it can be, from 9 to whatever. It could just be whatever in the day, but he gives 5 hours. Read a play, go watch your favorite show, turn it off. A lot of people are going to say you need a social media presence as an actor. To an extent. If you are not a social media person, no, don't do it. If that hurts you in some kind of way, you don't need it. For me, I literally use it just to show people I book. That's it. You're not going to see me. You're not going to see none of my dogs, none of that. It's just the people that know me, and you will see me book because my agent's like, whatever, because they're going to be posting you. The same thing with James. If James books like a really big commercial, James Joffrey did this, he got signed, they're going to show your picture and all that, and you're going to go want to put it so everyone can support you. But that's the extent of it. You don't have to show them your entire life. When they see you, they're going to meet you, and we're going to get there. But take some time out for yourself. This industry is going to be here, and it seems like it's over, but it's here. Like, it's going to wait for you. I'll say in that terms, it will wait for you. So whatever you're doing right now, and you're like, oh, this seems like a whole bunch. I got to spend money. I got to take classes. That's fine. You don't got the money? Cool. Like James said, go read a book, go to the library, pick out a couple of plays, go hit the monologue up. This is kind of the pre-training before you get to the stuff that me and James are doing now, where it's like, okay, here's an audition. I got to go look for it. Are you ready to do a monologue within a moment's notice? Let's say you take one of these classes and they're just like, you know what? That girl right there looks really cute. Hey, do you have a monologue ready? Are you ready for any casting director? Are you ready for, like you say, you want to be on The Shy, or you want to be in all these other types of shows? Am I ready to do a monologue right now in front of those stars and say, let's go and let's hit it? Hopefully that is what James is going to teach you in his class, to be able to say, yeah, I can do that. Just give me 1 second. Let me get in the zone, turn your camera on. We're ready to do this monologue. That's the kind of actors we want to see now, because the TikTokers are coming for us.
Yes, they are. My goodness.
So we want to be able to show true talent, not that they're not talented, but a creative talented, where we actually are like, no, we've chosen this as a career very early on when we started, right? We want to be good actors, but we also want to show great professionalism while we're doing it. Even if it's, even if it's background, you're still getting money. That's like $600 a day. Don't ever Do not ever sneer or look up down about somebody who's doing background work, because that background work, let's say we're all on Grey's Anatomy, they're playing, doctors in the background. Somebody got sick, homegirl couldn't come, agent, whatever, flight's delayed. You look like you good. Can you say this one line real quick? Sure can. Now you have a co-star. You get the extra pay, and now you get a little bit of this co-star pay. Well, they still need you in the background, but now you have to say a lot, right? You need some help. That's it. And now you're telling people you're on Grey's Anatomy because you are now. We can make this real easy for you.
Right? Facts on top of facts. So we about to be under 1 minute. I want to thank each and every last one of y'all for tuning in. If you do want to ask more questions and more help, you got my email, you got my information, hit me up. All about helping everybody out. Like I said, it's recorded. Go back and look at it. Even though we didn't share everything, we shared just enough you get started. So with that being said, go ahead and get the Instagram handles down, get the information down. Thank y'all again. And make sure you let everybody know Tabetha and James helped y'all out today.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. And hopefully I get to see you guys in the workshop. My email is right down there. It's just tabethamcneilvo@gmail.com for all your voiceover questions. And look, I see you guys all here. If I see you working, I'm definitely the first person to be like, ooh, I have a job for you. So keep working. I watch you. I can see you.
Just got my ticket for your voiceover class.
Good. Awesome. Thank you.
I'll send my I'll send you an email with my